Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. I would actually want to play for the Miami Dolphins, Perna. Many children desire to grow up to become astronauts, firefighters, or veterinarians. Not me. I always wanted to grow up and just be rich. And I wanted to be paid a lot of money to do a job where nothing was expected of me. And I could think of no better place to do that than with the Miami Dolphins organization in 2019. If that's not the American dream, then I'm gonna start dreaming about Canada. Today I'll discuss what the Fitzpatrick trade means, give another stupid Antonio Brown update, explore the lonely world of mononucleosis, the Panthers, and tell you where to find a Julio Jones hidden treasure. Not metaphorically, literally a $100,000 treasure. Let's get sports. Hey, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like football news and shitty jokes to go along with it. Today, though, my episode is sponsored by MyBookie. For all of your sports betting needs this season, check out MyBookie. Use my promo code or the link in the description and they will double your first deposit up to $1,000. Football season is underway, so if you're into making the games a little more interesting, do it at one of the world's leading sports betting providers. MyBookie has live in-game betting on every single NFL game. They've got the most rewarding player perks in the business, and for you fantasy guys out there, you can even bet on the over-under of how many points a player will score in fantasy. Again, use my link in the description or the promo code ThatsGood when creating your MyBookie account, and they will double your first deposit. They will double it! The Panthers are now 0-2 after letting a quarterback whose last road win was in San Diego come into their building and get the win. Carolina has lost 9 of their last 10 games, which makes you think Ron Rivera has to be on the hot seat. And that seat is getting a little toastier thanks to global warming. And Norv Turner's decision to run out of the Wildcat on 4th and 1 with the game on the line proves that A, Cam's shoulder is still definitely not right as part of the great shoulder massacre of week 1, and B, Ndamukong Suh still owns the middle of the field. Also, Cam's 6'6", just have him do this for the first down. Right now, there are 3 people to blame for the Panthers' struggles: Ron Rivera, Cam Newton, and Norv Turner. I don't know if Newton's arm is healthy or not, but if I'm Cam, I'm telling everyone it is severely injured. He made about 0 important throws Thursday night. The arm strength is there, but he is just wildly inaccurate. It didn't help that former Bronco Shaq Barrett sacked him 3 times, and I'm starting to think Cam is dressing like a grandma because that's how his fucking body feels. Antonio Brown will not be placed on the commissioner's exempt list, according to Adam Schefter. Roger Goodell basically said, "We have arrived at this decision based on the facts that I am sincerely tired of trying to fuck with the Patriots. Spygate, Deflategate, Prostitutegate, Botoxgate, Rapegate, I can't close any of their gates, and I am man enough to admit it." Furthermore, he said, Brown will be allowed to play for the Patriots as long as we continue to believe AB is crazy, just not crazy enough to be a rapist. Minkah Fitzpatrick has been granted permission by the Dolphins to go on a field trip to another organization. Every NFL fan base currently wants their team to make this trade, and rightfully so, as Minkah Fitzpatrick is a versatile defensive back who can play all over the field and cover in the slot. My only concern is he's still not even the best Fitzpatrick on his own damn team. Plus, I love seeing a father and son play together. You may remember last year, Minkah Fitzpatrick trademarked the phrase Fitzmagic, despite every person on earth knowing that belongs to his quarterback. My guess is the Finns know that they can't unlock Ryan Fitzpatrick's potential until he becomes the team's only source of Fitzmagic, which I'm pretty sure is the exact plot line for that Hugh Jackman Magic movie. Minkah had a very good rookie season, recording 80 tackles, defended 9 passes, and had 2 interceptions. Minkah is in his sophomore season, so unlike a lot of trades we have seen at this time of year where players are essentially on one-year deals, Fitzpatrick is a long-term solution for a team that wants to upgrade its secondary. He's got 3 years left on his rookie deal, which means he's affordable, and since he was taken in the first round, still has that 5th-year option. He is the most valuable player the Dolphins have on their roster, which is why they are asking for a first-rounder for him, but according to Ben Albright, will likely take a second. Now, trades like this used to only happen once in a blue moon, but after the craft beer explosion, they occur regularly in the NFL. Fitzpatrick is just the most recent, following Antonio Brown, Jadeveon Clowney, Antonio Brown the first time, Odell Beckham Jr., and maybe Trent Williams next. The Dolphins apparently made Minkah learn 6 positions on defense this offseason. 6. I don't even know how to run 6 different positions in the bedroom. I've got missionary, girl on top, and apologizing. Now the Dolphins do play the Patriots on Sunday, and since the Patriots seem to get whatever they want, I can easily see Fitzpatrick just going home with the Pats after the game is over instead of the Dolphins. No need to get child services involved. The Dolphins know they're terrible parents, and since Brian Flores trusts the Patriots, he'll hand his most promising child over to them because he knows the child will succeed there. Sure, Minkah's got to buy into the philosophy of the cult, but it's better than walking around the rundown trailer that is the Dolphins organization. Broken syringes on the floor, blood-stained carpet that hasn't been replaced since Dan Marino was still in the league, and your dad's out all night chasing gators, which in Florida is code for crack whores and meth maidens. And with the news that Bang Bros put in a bid to buy the arena naming rights for where the Heat play, I don't know how that's not a fair description of what's happening in Miami. The only other option is Brian Flores is destroying the only team in the AFC East that can beat the Patriots once a year, and he'll be back in New England before the season ends. Belichick wants that perfect season back, and he knows the only way that's possible is if the Dolphins are dead, just like he has been inside for years. Now, Rob Gronkowski reported that he's had 9 surgeries and probably 20 concussions from playing football.
I truly believe that anything, any injury that you receive is fixable though. I mean, I went through it, I had 9 surgeries, probably had like 20 concussions in my life, like no lie, probably I remember 5 blackout ones.
That's pretty scary, but it does not surprise me. He also claimed to have fixed his CTE with CBD, which is exactly what someone endorsing CBD and has also had 20 concussions would believe. To be fair to Gronk though, if your brain operates at CTE level before getting CTE, how would you know the difference between having CTE and being cured of CTE? The Patriots news that did surprise me this week was learning that Tom Brady shoves a towel down the pants of all of his centers because he can't stand to get his hands a little dirty when they're tapping that swamp ass. Only pink Himalayan ass sweat is good enough for Tom Brady. Miami is his least favorite place to play because if the ball gets moist from taint drip, he can't throw it accurately. And now we wait for the best gate yet, Taint Gate. Richard Sherman asked Twitter to caption this photo for him. Pretty sure I won the caption when I tweeted, "You try me with some sorry ass apple juice, that's what you're gonna get. And don't you ever pass notes about me in math class. You don't open your mouth about the best long divider in the class, or I'm gonna shut it for you like an isosceles triangle. MILK, give me your damn milk." And yes, this January will mark the 6th year anniversary of that Richard Sherman, Aaron Andrews interview after the Seahawks beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're gonna get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick. LOB.
That clip is getting old enough where I thought some of the younger viewers might need to be reminded. As Will and I mentioned in yesterday's podcast on my second YouTube channel, Trevor Siemian will start at quarterback for the New York Jets. Sam Darnold contracted mono, presumably after sucking face with the stepmom that Trevor Siemian's been fooling around with. Siemian's mullet ensures he will never get mono. And Darnold has been quarantined and will not be allowed around his teammates until he finishes going through puberty. Last week, lost in all of the Antonio Brown news was that Julio Jones signed a massive contract extension. Jones is now tied to the Falcons until the year 2023, which after week 1 seems like an eternity for a guy as talented as Julio. Jones has $64 million of the $66 guaranteed in this new extension. Jones has also already made $103 million during his NFL career, and if he plays out this deal, will finish with $163 million in earnings. With all that new money, Julio has no need to go looking for a $100,000 diamond earring that he lost in Lake Lanier a few summers ago. This is from Sports Illustrated, so if you have a boat, some serious sonar equipment, lots of spare time, and aren't scared of the Georgia Hill people, this is where you could find a $100,000 diamond earring treasure. Which reminds me of something my mother used to say when I was a child, which was, "Don't ever wear something to the lake that you don't mind losing." Of course, I had a one piece on, and that didn't stop me from losing my virginity. Just go ask your daddy. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. I know the name of my own show. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, if you want to follow me on those places. I don't know what your social media habits are like, but I know I am obligated by law to tell you every place that I am on social media, or I will become irrelevant and the world will forget that I ever existed.